think about what you really need help with and go deep in that subject. Because when we go over a lot of different processes, a lot of different niches in one program, sometimes get very overwhelming. Hey, welcome back to the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. I'm your host, Richard Turnji. Now, today's episode, I wanted to give you a quick one on some insights that I got today, and I thought I just want to quickly share this to you all around choosing the right way to market your business or to grow your business, I should probably say. Let me give you some context. I just got off a call with a potential client who wants to come and join our marketing ninja program. And I want to sort of explain this to you because I think a few of you are in this situation where we want to grow a business, but there's a lot of different options out there. We'll just go back a second. I also was on a podcast earlier this morning, and Jen Dugard interviewed me. That should be out shortly. And she asked me, like, how'd you get involved in the fitness industry? And I said, well, at 17 and a half, I purchased a fitness studio. I got the money off my parents. They didn't have the money. They literally got it off their home loan. There was a tiny little bit of equity in there, and I got that, and I had to pay them every cent back to cover those interests and more. And that was really, real and raw. And I wish I had a pathway or a process to follow back then. I did not, right? It's that whole try it kind of concept. Now, we're in 2023, and there's a few different things that are happening in the marketplace at the moment. Number one is speed. Speed to make sure that your gym, your studio, your PT service actually works. And before, you could sort of grow things relatively slow and that'd be okay. But now, because of the competition that's in the marketplace, you've got to prove your concept a little bit faster than you were in the past, because there's a lot more players in the marketplace. And so it's either going to work and take off or it's not going to work and take off. But you can't drag a business for a long period of time. So meaning that you need to eliminate all, what I did, learning, like, let's learn on the go. It doesn't really work that way unless you have, good business acumen before. You've done this is not your first rodeo, and you're coming with that understanding of business, right? Now, if you're not, this is where I want to talk about today. And I want to talk about how you can get involved and who you should look for. So this particular client, going back to my story, this particular client participated in a fitness group program course, okay? Group fitness program, where group sessions and things like that. They also have done one-on-one training with someone who's had multiple gyms, and that's the accolade of success, a lot of multiple gyms, and they've had some good success doing that. And they've also used an agency. So 3 different concepts. So a marketing agency, a direct one-on-one coach, one particular person, and then they've also been in a group program. And so now trying to figure out where to go. Number one, they're learners, which is awesome. They want to progress their business, which is great. And we're starting to get a lot of the smart people that aren't just sort of waiting for, spring and summer and hot weather to help leads. They're actually actively getting out there and figuring out what's the next process to generate business and leads. Now, I want to explain each scenario to you and which one will be suited for you. So if you're in a group, specifically just a group fitness group coaching program where they're going to teach retention and sales and marketing, and they may teach how to grow a group class, how to run a boot camp, HR, hiring, a whole array of different things. That is awesome. If that is your problem. If your problem is, I've never run a business before, I need to know everything now, perfect program, right? That's the benefit. If the benefit is, hey, my leads are not working or my sales are not working, and that's something you need to go deep into, or vice versa. Hey, I've got my leads and sales, I need to go deep into this particular thing. You really should, like, my concept is, think about what you really need help with and go deep in that subject. Because when we go over a lot of different processes, a lot of different niches in one program, sometimes get very overwhelming. Okay. Now, second thing, one-on-one coach. one-on-one coach, I've got one at the moment myself. I'm also in a group program as well myself, but a one-on-one coach, I had a one-on-one coach, which I basically clashed heads with for 8 months straight. And I really don't feel like I'm getting the best value out of that because I don't connect with the person. And they're teaching me a couple of lessons, but they're those lessons are good, but I don't enjoy any minute of it because we have a clash of personality. And so if you're going to have one-on-one coach, you've got to really, have a great person doing that you're connected with. Otherwise, sometimes just not really enjoyable. And the other concept too is if you're using one-on-one coaches, we've got to make sure that you want to make sure that you get the best stuff out of them within 3 to 6 months. Okay. Because generally speaking, that person should only be telling you the same thing, right? Their expertise into one area. And I know that I do one-on-one as well. And I know that after a long period of time, well, I'm only going to keep saying the same things. And if you haven't implemented the same things, you don't need a one-on-one specialist coach to tell you that. You need someone to hold you accountable for the implementation side of things. And that sometimes can happen in your group programs and things like that. Last part is an agency. So if you are thinking, hey, an agency is going to solve everything and more, you got to understand, well, do I want an agency and am I ready for an agency? Typically an agency, and we also run services for our clients who are ready for an agency. And typically, if you're going to invest in an agency, you definitely need to be over revenue levels of at least, I would say, $20,000 is a minimum. I wouldn't be using an agency before that because what you pay for an agency is sometimes not really worth, unless it's, and if you're going to pay really cheap, you're going to get a really cheap product as well. So remember, labor, people doing great work actually cost. Otherwise, your work's going to look very similar to everybody else. It's going to be a copy and kind of paste approach, right? And I know this because I've been in all different aspects over the years that we've been involved in business. And I used to run a massive SEO team. They were based in India, and there was 30 employees over there. And after a while, just got similar. And so that's where, many years ago, we decided to stop that process and teach instead. So the reason why I'm saying this is because an agencies are great. You got to remember, you're going to pay your agency fee. Most likely, they're going to be focusing on a lot of acquisition pieces. Sometimes you get a branding agency, or you can get a marketing agency or a digital marketing agency where it's about, first of all, you got to have the budget to spend. So you have to commit. And if I was to use an agency, I'd only commit to where I'm spending at least, I would say at least $3,000 or more in ad spend. If you're spending under $3,000, you got to do this yourself. My thoughts, because it just, you're just going to pick up way more that way. Okay. Agencies are great when you're really starting to scale, and it's a bit of a larger organization where it's like you're going to employ someone just for that. So I'm giving you the both scenarios of it so you can figure out what you need right now. This is an episode 2 where I just want to get clear on what we actually do, because, you may have been following us for a while and not sure, and sitting on the fence and going, okay, I'm hearing everything. It's like I'm reading that Tyler book, but I'm not reading the book. If you've been here and you're listening to this and you're thinking, hey, I want to do something, I'm not sure what to do. What we can offer you is an approach for all those things. We have a program called Marketing Ninjas, and it does a few different things. It basically gets you a set structured process, and we show you how to implement 5 marketing funnels, right? 5 marketing funnels, not 1, not 2, but 5. We want to get those marketing funnels running and tuning like a well-oiled machine. When they're good, that means, then at that point, you'll know which one does better, which one does not perform as good, and then you'll understand the workload to get to those. Now, at that point, then you might say, you know what, this is really working well. I'm going to work on the 3 funnels, and I'm going to outsource 1 or 2 of those funnels. When I say outsource, I'm talking about get somebody from your team or possibly a client that's really good at marketing. They can follow the structured process, right? And so that's what we want to do initially. So if you are in a situation at the moment where you're going, hey, I've been listening to this for a while and I need to do something, but I'm not sure what to do. Well, I would definitely go to a website, commarketing.com.au. There's a button as soon as you get there and says, hey, book a call in. Definitely book a call, because what our program does is we focus specifically in the first 90 days all about lead generation first. And then we make sure that those leads are great leads. And those leads then turn into members. And we do that by their implementing our unique advantage point into your business. Okay. We implement our unique advantage point inside your business with 5 funnels. Then those 5 funnels coming through, they're getting washed through our unique advantage point, and then generally they're way better clients for you. So if you're deciding what to do and who to go to, it's not a particular person. And sometimes it's not a particular coach that may have had all these years of experience in the gyms that they've had. What you want is something that's for you. You want something that's going to solve your problem. Your problem is lead generation and members. And to do that, you want someone who can support and coach you. Now, I would say I'm a really good strategist personally, and I don't think I'm a great accountability coach. But the good thing about that is that I have accountability coaches in our team that are great accountability coaches. I am not the best tactical Facebook ads expert. I'm pretty good, but I've got better in my team that are really good at the numbers, the data, and so forth. And so what we want to do is we want to have an element. I'm great at brand, but I've got someone in my team that's actually better at brand, that's done multiple hundreds and thousands and websites and branding and actually designed. And that's the advantage point, is that you don't need a coach that, I mean, we've definitely all had experience in the fitness industry, but you want a coach that's coaching you to grow. You don't need a coach that's just, you're another number. The whole goal is to get your members growing. If a service doesn't get your members growing and you're conflicting and you don't want to go to this group program because you don't like the group program, or you don't want to go to the one-on-one like me, you've got to find something that sits in the middle. And what we've created here at Com Marketing is pretty special. It's pretty unique. So maybe this podcast is a little bit of a I'm not going to call it a pitch, but I'm going to call it for anybody out there that's looking, and you're a smart operator and you just want to grow your business, which rightfully so you should, then I'd love to have a conversation with you. If that's you, go to our website, commarketing.com.au, just put your details on the first page, book a 15-minute call, and just say, hey, you listened to this on the podcast, and I'm happy to sit down and have that conversation with you. And I can show you exactly how we, generate 30 members in the first 90 days. If you meet all the criterias and, turn up, do the work, all those kind of things, like you probably tell your clients to. But that's what we love to do. We've been doing this for 10 years and been doing it for 10 years, and we've learned a lot, and we've sat in behind a lot of different businesses, really sat in behind them and understood what they need. I love this. I love working with clients who are the perfect match for us. And that's probably why I'm passionate on this podcast, because I want more clients that share the same values and thoughts as we do. And that's people who love what they do. They love what they do, but they really just want to make sure they can still be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day by serving their community. So team, don't know if it was a pitch or if it was a bit of passion, maybe to both. But if you have listening to this, I would love to serve you, and I'd love my team to serve your business in the best possible way that we know how. So hopefully, if this is you and you're trying to figure out what to do, definitely jump on our website, commarketing.com.au, and let's book in a chat. And I promise I'll be back with some more amazing content very soon. So thanks, team. Love you all, and thank you for listening. I'm loving seeing the growth on this podcast grow and grow and grow. So until next time, have an amazing day. And if you've liked this episode that inspired you, definitely share it and get it out to the person that needs it the most. They will thank you for it.